Okay, we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the One in a Million channel. My name is Eunice Chan, and today I am going to show you a few ways that you can step into becoming the highlight of your life. When you're manifesting, it's very important that you learn how to embody the main character energy. And I'm not just talking about, acting like you are an important character or pretending like you're actually living as though you are the most important person in your life, knowing that, believing that, and expressing that through your actions and behaviors and decisions, you are the priority of your life. This way, your manifestations are going to align to how you desire it to be instead of slowed down and fragmented and distracted. Because I've noticed that this is actually one of the main themes that a lot of people miss when it comes to manifestation. Oftentimes, we're approaching manifesting our desires from a spectator's point of view. We're thinking about what we want to have, what we want to call in, as though it was optional. It was like we were just, sitting on the sidelines waiting for it to happen. But when you put on the lens of the main character energy, you are saying that this person right here is the one that is living this experience, is the one that is expecting and anticipating this experience. And I am very present for it. So get ready to dial up your level of presence because this is what you're going to learn by the end of this video. So the first thing that you need to do is to actually start inhabiting your body instead of just observing and watching yourself. What this translates to is really checking in more with yourself, like making more opportunities throughout the day and making it a habit to prioritize what do you want? What do you need? Where do you want to move? What direction you want to take? What choices do you want to make? Instead of watching yourself and thinking what you should be doing, or letting the sound of the judgment in your head run the decisions of your life, instead of telling yourself, well, it would be more strategic or it would be smarter to do this. It's not about making the best decisions for yourself or the smartest decisions for yourself. Living the main character energy is about being aligned with what you want in the moment. What you feel is good for you in the moment. So the more you check in with yourself, the more you inquire, okay, what is my next move? What is my intuition telling me? Do I feel safe to go forward? Is there something I need to process first? I need to check in with myself. Do I feel like my nervous system is regulated? Are we ready to go ahead? Then you're going to be more in touch with your intuition because this is what happens when you inhabit your body and you're actually living through your experiences instead of living through the voice in your head that tells you, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. So, this is what I do every single day. Like, really asking myself, what do I feel like doing in this moment? How do I want to populate my schedule? How do I want to, experience my coaching business? How do I want to coach my clients? It's all about me being the authority instead of letting the world decide for me what I should do. Second thing you can do is only care about your opinion and your interpretation of things. So there are going to be times when you fail. There are going to be times when things are a little slower than you would like them to be. There are times when the door closes on you and you really just don't understand why. There are times when things happen against your favor and it doesn't feel good. And you will come up against difficult emotions where you think to yourself, well, I've processed this already. Why is it still coming up? And shouldn't I know this by now? Da da da. Right? Understand that when you are the main character of your life and you are sitting in a seat of authority in your life, you are the one that decides how you want to interpret anything that happens. No matter if it's misfortune, no matter if things didn't happen the way you wanted, no matter if things happen outside of your expectation and it set you back, like all of these things can only point towards that you are still on your way and you're still making your way there. And it is happening for you and it's happening for your highest good. It could be that it's protecting you from a series of unfortunate events. It could be protecting you from energetically, soul sucking people. It could be teaching you some revealing things about yourself that without these experiences, you would not have the opportunity to uncover these things. So when you understand that it is happening for your highest good, even if you can't understand why, even if you don't know how, and you don't know how it's still going to happen, but it's still going to happen for you, and it's happening for you in the most favorable way, even though you're not liking it in the moment, your interpretation here is the only one that matters. And it honestly doesn't matter what other people are saying. It doesn't matter what other people think. They can say anything they want. But in the end of the day, how you feel about your situation is the only one that matters. And you can pretty much just cancel out what everybody else is thinking. So the third thing that needs to happen is you need to place your attention where your life is happening and start to live very intentionally. So anything that you do on autopilot, the things that you do when you're not really thinking about yourself, you're not really seeing yourself, when you're scrolling, when you're detached, when you're just like binging content, when you're monitoring yourself, when you're judging yourself, when you're comparing yourself. Like all these things that you do that do not put you as the main character of your movie, it's time to cut that out. Because every time you do that, you're leaking energy, you're leaking attention. And the main character never leaks attention. The main character is just so enamored by life itself that you only have one person and one person in mind and one goal in life, which is to live your life well. And that is the only thing that matters. You don't care about what happens out there. You don't care what Susie is doing, Anna is doing. You don't care about those things. You don't care who's on vacation. You don't care who has a beach body. All you care about is crafting your ideal life and plugging into your life so that that is the one that you see. And of course, there may be other people that are a part of your life as well. Like there are other participants, there are other people on the sidelines, the ones that you interact with on a daily basis. There are your friends, your amigos, your family, the people that you help in your community. But they are not the highlight reel. You are the highlight reel. Like you are the main character. And then there are all these other participants that surround you so that you are the core and other people are like orbiting around you. So you're no longer leaking and spilling your energy onto things that don't really matter, like scrolling and looking at other people and making mental commentary on other people's lives, how they're living, how they're making decisions, what your neighbors are doing. You no longer care about that. You only care about making your life the way you want it to be, watering your own plants, watering your own lawn, watering the places where it matters for you in life so that they grow and that you can cultivate it in the way that you want. And so this is really important because most often people don't realize the precious energy that is being drained from their life. Picking arguments online, debating what is the best thing to do, what you should or shouldn't be eating with your family or relatives. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You don't need to be spending your precious life energy convincing people how they should live. And every time you catch yourself doing that, send that energy back to yourself because that is what really matters. So, the next thing that you can do is just give yourself the permission to go ahead. Now, there are a lot of people who are just kind of waiting for things to happen, waiting for life to change, waiting for the green light. When life tells you to move, then you move. That puts you in a very reactive state of life. But when you know that I'm the main character, like in this movie, if I decide that I want to do something, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go initiate it. I'm going to go start the conversation. I'm going to get the ball rolling because why? That's what main characters do. So when you understand that there's literally nothing inhibiting you and nothing limiting you because the screen is on, right? The movie is going to keep playing. The film's going to keep rolling. Your life is going to keep rolling. Your life is still going to continue to move forward. And now it's just a matter of whether if you decide that you allow yourself to go ahead, you allow yourself to recognize that you are at the seat of your authority instead of letting everything else, everyone else make the decisions for you, instead of waiting for society or your parents or your neighbors or your friends to tell you, you know what is good for you because you have already checked in with yourself. So the green light that you're waiting for, it's only going to come from you. And you know what happens when you make those decisions is that you start to rely and trust more in yourself. Because this is what main characters do. They not only make the decisions, but they also live up to what their decisions unfold for them. Whether if it's, oh, great, well, it worked out and there's a great result, and I'm so glad I made that decision, or well, there was a lesson learned and there were some consequences and I have to live with that. But in the end of the day, you understand that you are accountable for your decisions and your confidence is backing you up. You are backing yourself up. This is what the main character does. The main character does not ask somebody else to step in and say, hey, can you take this place for me? The main character doesn't do that. So when you embody that energy, you will learn to trust yourself in making those decisions because now you are fully taking ownership of the life that you're living. So, everything I shared here is about making you the highlight of your life. If I haven't emphasized this already, I think that it really takes a perspective shift to live in such a way that you're really not just seeing yourself, but you're making yourself the most important person in your life. For some of you, you're already doing that. And then for some of you, it may turn things completely around for you because all you're so used to doing in your life is to put other people first and to see other people's reactions first and to feel what they feel first. And oftentimes, it's going to really pull you out of that experience. But there's nothing more valuable than returning to the place where you're really meant to be living. So even if it means that, oh, okay, I think I have been living as a main character, but actually there are places where I can be even more connected. I can really see the world through my own lenses, if it means that, then go ahead, like do that. Really claim that seat of authority. Like really sit on the throne, get cozy, and feel what it feels like to be the main character. Or if it means that, you know, you have to really pull yourself out of situations and remind yourself, oh, wait, I have to put myself first here. It's not about being selfish. It's about knowing that I am the only one that's living in my body. And you will only ever have one body in this lifetime. So you might as well really allow yourself to experience life through your own narrative. This is not about you being more special than others or better than others. It's really just about being at the center of your own life so that everything that you live through your own lenses and through a narrative that you choose. And this is what truly returns you to the place of power. When you're manifesting, you're actually just reflecting a life that shows the level of personal power you have, the level of influence you know you have over your own life. So I hope that you guys like this video. If there were anything that you want to add to this list, or you feel like, oh, I really feel so inspired to start living in this way, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And with that said, please take care, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.